What if cemeteries came to life every Halloween? Every Halloween, people dress up as ghosts and monsters. But what if one night the real dead decided to join the celebration? What if cemeteries around the world came alive every October 31st? Before we step into this chilling world between life and death, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share before midnight strikes. Imagine the clock hits 12 a.m. The world falls silent, and the air turns cold as the moonlight hits every gravestone. Suddenly, the earth begins to tremble, not from earthquakes, but from something trying to wake up beneath. In this eerie world, Halloween isn't just a holiday. It's a night when the barrier between the living and the dead disappears. Every grave becomes a doorway, and every whisper of wind carries the voice of someone long gone. It starts with the smell of damp soil and candle wax melting on tombstones. Then, shadows rise blurry at first, like smoke forming into shapes. Faces emerge from the mist, eyes glowing faintly as forgotten souls take form again. Graveyards glow in an otherworldly light. Lanterns flicker without flame, and old names carved in stone begin to whisper themselves aloud. It's not horror, it's a reunion of those who never had a chance to say goodbye. Families would rush to cemeteries, holding photos, calling out names, and for one night, maybe, they'd get an answer. The dead would remember, would smile, would whisper, "We've missed you," but not all souls are kind. Some rise with pain, vengeance, and hunger for warmth they lost centuries ago. Not every grave was peaceful, and not every spirit forgives. Cities would shut down every Halloween. Police would patrol the graveyards, not to stop crime, but to protect the living from what shouldn't be walking. Governments might even pass midnight curfews, the living law for the night of the dead. Now imagine the science behind it. What if cosmic radiation or magnetic storms on Halloween night triggered quantum echoes of consciousness? It sounds impossible, but so did electricity once before humans saw lightning as power. Every year, cemeteries would bloom like living cities. Skeletons dancing in moonlight, ghosts drifting through church walls, and forgotten lovers reunited beneath old trees. It's hauntingly beautiful and heartbreakingly sad. Children would grow up believing Halloween isn't about candy, it's about remembering the dead and surviving their return. Ghost stories would become history lessons, and horror movies would feel like documentaries. But with every year, the line blurs further. Some spirits begin to linger past sunrise, refusing to return underground. Their voices echo through the wind, trapped between realms. Scientists would study these phenomena, building spirit detectors and grave stabilizers. Churches would hold vigils, and people would pray the night away. But every Halloween, the dead keep coming, stronger, wiser, and closer to the living. The world learns to adapt. Graveyards become sacred zones, protected with runes and nanotech barriers. Yet no technology can silence the call of the forgotten. Imagine walking past a cemetery at midnight. The leaves rustle, tombstones hum, and a cold whisper says your name. You turn around and see someone who shouldn't exist anymore. Would you run? Or would you listen to what they have to say? Because sometimes the dead don't want revenge. They just want to be remembered. Then comes the unexpected twist. One Halloween, the dead decide not to go back. Every cemetery becomes a new society where the living and the dead coexist. Governments struggle to define their rights. Can a person who died a century ago reclaim their land, their name, their legacy? Laws collapse as resurrected citizens begin demanding equality. Religions would face their greatest question. If death isn't final, then what is the meaning of life? And if souls can return, is heaven just another dimension we haven't mapped yet? But not every resurrection is peaceful. Some souls return incomplete, fragments of memory, walking shells of emotion. They wander, lost, haunting homes that no longer exist. The world would live in two realities, day for the living, night for the dead. Schools close early, lights dim, and humanity learns to whisper again. Halloween becomes a season of reverence, not celebration. Years later, historians record how it began. One Halloween night when all cemeteries awakened. And they wonder, was it a curse or a miracle? Because for the first time in history, the living truly understood the meaning of death. Maybe the dead never hated us. Maybe they just felt lonely. And Halloween became their only bridge to reach us once more. So next time you visit a graveyard, light a candle, say a name, because on Halloween night, that name might whisper yours back. And if you ever hear footsteps behind you when no one asks their Dan T run, it might be someone you once loved, returning to say goodbye. Maybe they never left at all. Remember, every story of the dead begins with the living who forgot them. So keep your lights on, your heart open, and your memories alive. Because when the cemeteries come to life, so does everything we buried within. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video before midnight. And if you hear knocking from the ground tonight, maybe, don't answer. Happy Halloween.